Now after the touchdown, here's Butker on to kick it away. This will be fielded at the 6. And he'll bring it a few past the 20 to the 23-yard line.
First and 10 at their own 23-yard line.
The Charger drive about to get going. And to be frank, they're just in a tough spot. It's only November, already eliminated from playoff contention. I know their fan base doesn't want to hear that, but that's the case. What are they fighting for now going forward?
You know exactly what they're fighting for is that word that some people don't want to hear, but it's pride.
Draft. Oh, okay.
Yeah.
I was going to go draft, but pride's better, right?
You know something? You're right, because that's part of it, but that's two different mindsets. That's front office mindset, draft position, where are we going to be, and what do we need to get? And then the players and the coaching staff right now, pride. Can they win some games and feel better about themselves, despite the fact they have no shot at the playoffs?
Whip. Watch the whip. Hey. Rock it. Watch safety creeping.
Hit it. To throw on second down. Herbert. And that's going to be incomplete. A lot of contact, no call, and it's third down.
That's very well timed there defensively because it's not a bad throw, but the collision came at the exact time he was reaching to bring in the football. Really, really well done.
Decent offense, just better defense. I think you're right. On third down, here's Harris. He'll have a first down past the 40, and he'll finally be taken down just shy of midfield. That's good for 21 yards and a first down.
Gain of 21 yards. First down, Chargers.
After one, 7-0 on EA Sports.
Chiefs 7, Chargers nothing.
Ready.
59, Mike is 59.
Pilot, 64, weak. Shit. Jam. SOS. Hey, lock it. SOS.
First down, and they go back to Harris. And they'll get him down as he's inside the 40. That one good for 13 and a Charger first. Consecutive plays now where that offensive line has really created a lot of space.
And we've seen the confidence rise, haven't we? It borders on arrogance now, and that's that good arrogance, believing you can run the football whenever you get good and ready.
So now first and 10 in Chiefs territory at the 38.
59's Mike. Check, 59. I'm coming. Check three. He's coming. We got nothing. Go.
From the gun, Herbert. And a quick throw here, that's complete. And he's going to get this inside the 30. Give him 12 yards there, and the Chargers have a first down.
Well, coaches always talk about finding balance on offense. I don't think you get much more balance than this. Big-time run, big-time pass.
A 1-2 combination. Looked pretty good.
How about that? Let's see if they can continue to take that kind of a punch, though.
They'll run on first down. Harris. And he's got room. And he takes it in for a Charger touchdown. A great effort there. With a lucky number 13 touchdowns now on the year. As they are now on the board here in the first half. Michael Badgley on for the extra point. It's good, and we're all tied at 7 apiece.
That ties the game.
So all even at 7 now as they kick it away. This one fielded at the 5. And he'll get it up across the 20 to the 21-yard line.
The Chiefs take over first and 10 at their own 21-yard line.
The KC offense out of the huddle, ready for their next drive. And they're hoping to redo their efforts in the last drive when they got into the end zone.
And just think of what it's like now on the sideline, because when you score a touchdown, you have to go over and look at the tablet and see what you did on the last drive. When you scored points, it's a whole lot better view than when you're trying to figure out how to fix things there.
2 yards on the carry there. It'll be second down.
On the pickup, it's second and 8 at the 23-yard line.
The last run got a couple. Here's second and 8.
Hey, watch the slant. Watch the slant. Mike's 49. Mike's 49. You ain't doing nothing today. You ain't doing nothing today. 49. 49's the Mike. 49's the Mike. Where's that?
Looking to throw is Mahomes. Gets this one to Hill. And he'll be taken down, but not before they work it across midfield. That one covers 29 yards, first down. That's what we're used to seeing from him right there. Plays like that, why he's number 4 in the league in terms of receiving yardage.
Able to make adjustments all along the way. Doesn't matter where he lines up, where he releases from. Working his way into the secondary, figures out defenses and finds weak spots in order to get open.
So from Charger territory now, here's a first and 10 at the 48-yard line. Mahomes going to throw. Nowhere to escape, and he goes down. The former number 3 pick, Joey Bosa, bringing the lumber that time. Now the Chargers will use the second of their timeouts. So as they take it over, we step aside. Gotta imagine the pass rush will be equally intense here on second down following the sack. It's second and 18. Mahomes now to throw. And going deep for Hill. That's caught inside the 20. And they'll have it in the red zone before he crosses over out of bounds. They give him a gain of 38. Well, one thing's for sure. They're going to have to come up with something at halftime because he is absolutely roasting them right now.
They're going to go through the whole litany of things, changing coverages, what are we going to do to put a man on him? The big thing to me is treat it like a good pitcher treats pitching a game. Change your timing, change your location. So sometimes you're up on him, sometimes you're back. Just change up the looks that he sees and make him just a little bit more hesitant.
Under pressure, and he'll go down. Sacked back at the 31.
Well, someone's closing in on the league lead in sacks. He came into the game in the top 5. Now you add 2 more to his total.
Sacks, a growing theme in this first half. This is second and long. He didn't even try to signal for a timeout, so they must have not been aware of the numbers.
I think he lost track of the time left in the play clock and probably was trying to read the defense and trying to figure out which play to run and just lost track, and it cost him.
Now they try the right side here. And a solid run down inside the 30. Give him 6 on the run. It'll be third down now with still a long way to go to get to the first down marker.
Yellow, yellow. There's a water, right? Hero 15.
3 down, orbit. 49, guys. Mike, 49. Watch the screen, watch the screen. Watch the screen.
You gotta go right. Present.
Now here's Mahomes. Under a heavy rush, and down he goes.
Woo! That's what I'm talking about. Sex.
Second quarter, 2 minutes to go. Tie ball game.
You can't stop me.
And we remind you, coming up at the half, we'll join, who, Charles?
The coach.
The coach, Jonathan Coachman, standing by in Orlando. He'll have stats and scores from games in progress, as well as scores from earlier today.
The coach.
We get slap happy up here sometimes. Well, we looked at each other right away. We knew that flag was coming out.
And I always enjoy the conversation post, because officials always tell you, I don't want to throw the flag, but you caused the play. You did it. I had to.
I'll be frank, a silly penalty there trying to block the field goal, and that leads to a fresh set of downs.
Get that ball.
Working from the gun, Mahomes. Blitz coming, and down he goes.
The amount of sacks that they've absorbed in this game is absolutely extraordinary. Let's just face it. This offensive line, flat out, cannot handle this pass rush. It's been demonstrated time and time again.
They come up on second and long, and the pass protection just has not been there this afternoon.
It's going to be a long day. 49. Exit. Guys, Mike, 49.
Throwing now is Mahomes. Out of the backfield, that's complete to Kamara. That was the 9th play of the drive, and they pick up 9 yards with it.
I know most of the time when the ball's in the air, you're thinking wide receiver, tight end, but running backs, they can be a big part of any passing offense nowadays.
Creeping up on a minute to play in this first half.
I'm on.
Hey, 43, 15.
Throwing is Mahomes on third. And that is caught. Touchdown, Kansas City. Mecole Hardman, his 4th touchdown on the year. And the Chiefs have taken the lead.
And that touchdown gives them a touchdown lead before they attempt the extra point. What a great way to end the half.
Yeah, great job to put themselves in front. And now, see on the sideline, special teams defense scrambling, saying we want to preserve this for the final moments of this second quarter. Point after, right down the middle. And that makes the score 14-7. Now after the touchdown, here's Butker on to kick it away.
The Chargers take over.
Come on, baby. Let's go.
At their own 25-yard line.
The Charger drive about to get going. Inside of a minute left in the half. Does the fact that you're down on the scoreboard influence what you do, or I guess don't do on this final drive?
It certainly does, but what influences me even more is who I've got running my football team out on the field and the weapons around him. Can he make a play? Can he get into someone that we're going to trust to take care of the ball?
Trying to get it to Williams, but it's intercepted. Picked off near the 42. And this return is going to be halted right around the 28-yard line.
You're trailing, you're trying to get points late in half. I absolutely understand that. But remember, it's all about the ball. And without the ball, you can't get those points. They just turned it over.
Now you got to be careful because that deficit can get a little bigger on the other side with that good field position they just took over with.
Let's go, Heavy.
Attack!
Now a first down carry. It's Kamara. And he'll be taken down just shy of the red zone at the 21. A solid run on first down. Gain of 7 leaves him with a 2nd and 3.
Despite the blitz, they're still able to pick up a nice solid gain. The disadvantage of blitzing often alters the normal spacing and run fits and leaves creases like they were able to exploit right there.
So they'll come up after the gain of 7 on a 2nd and 3. 2nd and 3. Going to throw deep for the end zone. And that will be incomplete with a clock down now to 13 seconds. Mecole Hardman, the intended target, and it's 3rd and short.
And 3 yards to go.
So the incomplete pass on the last play, and that leads us to a 3rd and 3. Now a timeout called for by the defense as they'll stop it with 13 seconds to play in half number 1. An incomplete pass on that last play, and that means they'll need to come up with something here on 3rd down.
15.
Check 43.
15.
49's the Mike.
From the gun, it's Mahomes. That's to his running back. It's Alvin Kamara. And he will lose yardage and be backed up to the 24. So we've come upon halftime here in Arrowhead with the Chiefs on top. As we'll send you down to Orlando, we check in with Jonathan Coachman for our EA Sports Halftime Report. Coach. Both teams appear ready for the fight ahead, and we resume action here in quarter number 3. This will be fielded at the 6. And he'll take this across the 25, couple extra yards up to the 27-yard line.
At their own 27-yard line.
Come on,
The Charger drive about to get going. They're down here, but very much in this game. What's the tonality of a coach's talk when a game is within striking distance like this at intermission?
Typically, what they're doing is emphasizing the things that went well in the first half and wanting more of that. Sure, you've got to go over some of the errors and clean up some things because there's a reason you're down. But overall, I think they want to stay positive, stay up for this team. We're just starting the second half, and we've got
Nowhere to escape, and he goes down. It was Breland Speaks getting home to the quarterback that time. You know, despite the scoreline, I think they've got to like where they are here. They're on the road and just one big play away from getting right back in this game.
I'm going to follow right along with you because the spot they're in now is a credit to their defense. They've kept them in it by making the plays that they've made, and that just means you're one big score away from being right back there.
Now, the question is, can this offense step up and make that play? Because that's been an issue for them in this game. Protection certainly going to need to be a bit better here on 2nd and 16. On 2nd down, this is Harris. They get just a yard back there, and now they'll be looking at a tough 3rd and 15.
That didn't appear to be a run blitz. He just darted in once he saw the run develop. That appeared to be a case of see ball, get ball.
Let's go. 60 outlaw.
Let's put him on the buses.
Hey, Delta. Yes.
Mike's 50. Mike's 50. Here we go. Mike's 50. Mike's 50.
Throwing on 3rd and long. Herbert, he's going to go for a big play downfield. And that will be incomplete. Well, they weren't scared to let it fly, but it falls to the ground and brings up 4th down. It's been this way most of the afternoon, hasn't it? This secondary, it really put this receiving core on lockdown.
Listen, they've worked together like a basketball team that's playing excellent defense. Great communication, doesn't matter whether it's man or zone. And especially against deep balls, as we saw there, they're not giving up anything to them.
The Chiefs take over first and 10 at their own 20-yard line.
The Chiefs offense about set to begin this drive. They have the lead here. Well, we talk a lot about pregame speeches. What are halftime speeches like?
For the most part, not nearly as emotional. They're a lot more.
Nowhere to escape, and he goes down.
Yellow.
So that complicates things a bit here. 18 yards to go now on second down. They'll set up a throw. They complete it to Hill. And mark him down way up close to the 40 at the 39. 27 yards there, a first down.
The goal for any offense versus a zone defense, find the holes where guys are available and put the ball on the receiver before any defender can step up and fill it.
They did it well there. Perfectly executed crossing route. Nowhere to escape, and he goes down.
This offensive line flat out cannot handle this pass rush. We've seen it demonstrated time and time again to the tune of 7 sacks in this game thus far.
Now following the sack, they'll look to make amends on a second down and 17. From the gun, it's a run for Kamara. And takes this one across the 35 to the 36, a gain of about 4.
Some of the most unselfish players on any football team, defensive tackles, because we ask them to just eat up blocks and allow other people to make tackles. But when he can make a play himself, as we just saw there, that's a big day.
49's the mic. Watch 49. Watch the run.
On third and long, it's Mahomes. And it's complete to Kelsey. That his first catch so far. They've held him under wraps, but he's got a first down there.
Well, sometimes our pregame meetings do pay off, don't they? What do the guys in the locker room call him?
Well, they said it with a chuckle. They called him Old Reliable.
Yeah, that means he doesn't move quite as fast as he used to, but he still knows all the tricks, doesn't he? Even that little gentle push-off in order to get open, he finds a way to pick up a first down.
As an inside linebacker, got to be a little bit more poised.
No doubt about it, because they get a little bit of flexibility, especially when they're trying to stuff a gap. You know, we get that double A gap look. This time he got too eager and got too deep into the backfield.
So a 1st and 5 now after the 5-yard penalty from the neutral zone infraction.
49's the mic. 49's the mic. I don't think you got it, son. 49's the mic. Watch 49.
Fight on these two.
49, guys. Mike.
Come on, baby.
They'll drop the throw. He finds McCoy. And brought down, but not before they're inside the 25. Nice play for Kansas City, picking up the first 18 yards that time. And, boy, they had high praise for this rookie receiver when we asked the coaches about him, didn't they?
They certainly did, and obviously they liked his measurables, otherwise they wouldn't have brought him onto the team. Height, weight, speed, all of that. But how about what they really said? Competitiveness. That's what they really liked about him. The way he goes after the football, competes for it, and decides when it's in the air, it's his and only his.
Well, this is intercepted, intended for Hill. Picked off inside the 5. And he is going to get this one back to the 20-yard line. He has just been a load for opposing offenses to account for now. 8 interceptions on the year.
I love that number because I always think of center field. You know, when I hear 8, because that's the position you write in the scorecard in baseball. And what do good center fielders do? Take away all the alleys, right? They range deep and make a whole lot of great catches.
The Charger drive about to get going. And here we are almost through 3 quarters of play, and this passing game still has not really found any kind of rhythm.
Put it mildly, because they're not even over 100 yards yet. And in today's NFL, where it's a pass-first league, that is quite surprising. Not many teams patient enough to stick with the run. Everybody wants to advance the ball through the air. They've got to get their timing back.
At the 26-yard line.
The last run got 6, now 2nd and 4.
You ain't got nothing.
You go tight. You got tight. You got tight right there. Kill, kill, kill. Turn up. Kill, kill, kill. Turn up. Watch the ship. Watch the ship. Hey, hey. Watch the ship. Watch the ship.
Down.
They'll keep it on the ground. Harris again. And he is met quickly in the backfield. Down he goes, folded like a lawn chair. They'll wind up losing a yard on the play, and it'll be 3rd down.
Got it.
50, Mike, 50. You're right.
Hey, Alpha.
Here we go. 50, 50.
Look at me. Go, go.
Pick up the ball. Hey, alert 3.
Right. Hit it.
Back to throw. Herbert escaping the pressure right. And that will be incomplete. So it doesn't look like they're going to be able to build off the turnover.
Well, the defense certainly did its part. It got them the football. But you're exactly right. It looks like they're going to have to punt this one away. And it's not a turnover, but doesn't it feel like one after grabbing the momentum with the defensive play?
Yeah, and they had all that momentum after getting the football, and now zapped right back in the other direction. Here's Hill on the return. Nice job bringing that one back. 14 on the return. And it's Chiefs football. 1st and 10. KC offense out of the huddle, ready for their next drive. They've got the lead here getting late into the 3rd quarter. And the passing game for them, it's been terrific. We've seen that, but the rushing game almost non-existent.
And with the lead and trying...
Now the pressure comes and he goes down. Just inside the 10, back at the 9. The sack by big number 98, Linval Joseph. Well, they're in some hot water now after that sack. It's 2nd and 21. We're back now in KC. It's the Chiefs with the lead and the football here as we get set for quarter number 4. The Chiefs will use the first of their timeouts. That'll leave them with 2 remaining. We'll be back after this. Well, they're in some hot water now after that sack. It's 2nd and 21.
49's the mic. Watch 49.
He'll look to throw. It's Kelsey on the grab. That throw good for only a couple. It brings up 3rd down.
Well, they're unable to convert that into much, but it's never a bad idea to try to get the ball into a tight end of his caliber's hands and see what kind of disruption he can cause.
You better be afraid of me. You better be afraid of me.
Mike's 49. Mike's 49.
Hey, 57, 57.
What's the ball?
49. 49's the mic. 49.
From the gun on 3rd down, Mahomes. He's got his man. That's Hardman. And he'll have this past the 30 prior to going out of bounds. They convert on 3rd with a gain of 22.
Good for Kansas City Chiefs. 1st down. 1st and 10 at the 33-yard line.
Get your swerve on.
They're going to look to throw. They'll set up the screen now to Kamara. And he'll be tackled right on the chalk of the 45. That one good for 12 yards into Kansas City 1st.
These guys are running offense like you drive. The pedal is down, stomped down. How about that? Back-to-back completions. They are rolling.
So much for being conservative and running that football. Mahomes now perfect since the 2nd half started. 7 of 7. It's 1st and 10. They go play action. Now Mahomes. They're going deep for Hill. And this is taken in at the 5. And all the way in for a Kansas City touchdown. Tyreek Hill, his second touchdown of the afternoon. And the Chiefs are able to extend their lead. Butker now to add the extra point. It's good, and it is now 21-7.
Makes the score Chiefs 21, Chargers 7.
Now after the touchdown, here's Butker on to kick it away. And this will not be returnable. It's out of the back of the end zone for a touchback. The Charger drive about to get going. And on the last go-around, they really couldn't get anything going.
They had to punt from deep inside their own territory, which means they're going to lose the field position battle as a general rule. What they're looking for now is a little more consistency, move the ball at least a few times on offense, get a good first down, and hopefully flip the field.
Yeah, just something to build off of. That's what they're looking for here. 23 yards, the final tally. You cannot write these guys off just yet, not with a quarterback like that under center.
You mean it actually crossed your mind with him running the team that you could actually maybe write this game off?
Not yet.
Not a chance. Not with him. We've seen it too many times.
I smell fear now.
On first down, it's Harris. There he goes left side. And he's in for a Charger touchdown. A big play there. With his 14th touchdown of the year, second of the game, as his guys are back within a single score. Extra point by Badgley, up and good. And now things get a bit more interesting here in this fourth quarter.
Chargers 14.
Following the touchdown, Badgley out there to kick it away. This is taken at his 4. And he'll make it across the 20 as his guys will set up shop at the 23-yard line.
At their own 23-yard line.
The Chiefs offense about set to begin this drive. They're holding on right now to that slim advantage in a one-score game. And you hear a lot about 2-minute offense and 4-minute offense. Obviously, the 4-minute offense applies here. How do they run that effectively?
Really what the 4-minute offense is just trying to grind the clock.
Chargers able to get the pressure and bring him down. Well-timed effort there by Derwin James. A sack from his safety position.
Well, so much for setting the tone of the drive offensively. Giving up a big sack that loses that kind of yardage, not a great start.
And the job becomes twice as difficult now. After the sack, it's 2nd and 20.
Yellow.
Mike's 49. Mike's 49.
Hey, here we go. Watch the pass. Watch the pass.
And the play clock is going to run out here. They're in no hurry to get a play off. So that'll back them up 5.
Yellow. There's a wall, right?
Check 56.
On the ball.
On second down, here's Mahomes. And the most curious way there to burn some clock. That was wild. And at the end of all that, it winds up a safety. All right, Charles, help me out here. Fourth quarter, you've got the lead, and you run backwards into the end zone. You're just trying to do too much.
I almost don't have words for it. But, you know, every coach that we talk to talks about running backs or people running the football, running north-south, getting upfield. He went way in the opposite direction, and that's going to cost his team.
Yeah, it cost him big time. Still leading, but it costs him.
Let's go.
The Charger drive about to get going. And for them, a touchdown their last go-around. Obviously, they'll be hoping to do that again.
And when you start plotting for this drive, when you start thinking to yourself, okay, what are we going to do? You don't go away from what you did before because that worked, but you have to be prepared for wrinkles and counters because you know they'll make some adjustments.
On 1st and 10, Herbert. And that is caught on the right sideline, but out of bounds, says the line judge. The throw took him a little too far. It's second down. You and I watched film yesterday, and you told me to watch his feet. Well, for whatever reason, his footwork just looked off on that throw.
And you always love it when an ex-defensive back talks quarterback mechanics, right?
Yeah, but you're good at it.
Well, I try, all right? I don't know how good I am, but it doesn't take much to tell. His mechanics are off a little bit, exactly what you described. Footwork, that led to the incompletion.
And he'll be out of bounds across the 30-yard line. They get 6 here after the incompletion, and it'll leave them with a 3rd and 4.
Ready! 60 Pittsburgh. I'm coming for you. You mine.
They'll run again with Harris. Give them the 3rd down conversion, 5 yards on the play.
Well, sometimes, Brandon, there's just not a secret to how things get done. He's been running well all game long, and they continue to rely on him in this key situation.
They told us they were going to rely on him. They have. He comes through there, a big 3rd down conversion. So from the 36 now, 1st and 10.
Give me that ball. Give me that ball, defense.
Alert 3, alert 3. Alert 3.
Big grip.
Looking to throw. Herbert. It's brought in by Harris. It's a gain of 5, and it'll be a 2nd down.
Everyone's got to be able to catch the football. It doesn't matter what position you play, but if you're on offense, be aware a ball may come your way.
2nd and 5 after the 5-yard completion on 1st down.
Get it.
They run with Harris. Still a couple yards short of the 1st as the 3-yard gain brings up a 3rd down.
That's a really good job right there. Just kept stringing that play out, pushing further and further towards the sideline. Really good fundamentals by that defense.
He was trying to put his foot in the ground and turn upfield. He just couldn't.
No, they really had a picket fence in front of him. No room to find to get upfield.
This is 3rd and 2. Maybe the biggest play in this football game. Going on the ground with Eckler. That is not going to be any help as they dump him behind the line of scrimmage. That'll set him back with a loss of 3 on the play. And it'll be 4th down.
Ready up.
1 score down. Here we go. They're going to go for it here on 4th down. 4th quarter, down to the final 2 minutes. And we've got a 1-score game. So it's Charger football as we welcome you back from the 2-minute warning. And they've got a 4th down now in a game that, to be honest, has been pretty much everything we could have asked for.
Look, squeeze.
Check 26, check 26.
Bam.
Say. Kill. Hey, turn it up. Watch the safety creep. Check.
Ready.
On 4th down, Herbert. Now a desperation throw deep down. This is caught inside the 15. And this will set them up nicely deep down in KC territory. They keep the game alive, at least for the moment, as it's a 1st down. So how about this for field position after the big play? Inside the 15 now as they come up on 1st and 10. And he'll be taken down here at about the 11. They follow up that gigantic gain with the tiniest of pickups, 1 yard.
And this is why aggressive defense coordinators love to blitz. It wreaks havoc because they end up taking their attention to the blitzers, freed up the D lineman to make the play.
Come on,
the run only got 15, a yard. Here's 2nd and 9.
Hey, seam 6. Seam 6.
Check, 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 check. Check, check, check.
Check. Crunch, crunch, crunch. Deuce, 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 deuce.
Hey, Sam off. Hit it.
They'll look to throw. And this is caught. Touchdown. And they've taken the lead here in the final minute.
Wow, I know it's a never-say-never situation, but to me, that looks like that's the one that's going to finish them off.
The score that puts them in front here late, but now you got to rally your kick team, don't you, and say the last thing we need is a big return.
And what happens is guys get overeager, get out of their lane because they're so excited they want to make the last tackle. You mess up, could come back at you a long way.
And a pause in the action because the booth, they see something that they want to take another peek at to find out if this was a touchdown or not. They had to go to the monitor, get an extra look. That's what the technology is for, and this touchdown will count. So now an extra point doesn't help much. They'll try to go for 2 to make the difference a field goal, and they can lead it by 3.
Let him know. 36, 36.
Out.
You're out.
Kill, kill, kill.
General West.
Kill, kill, kill. Check nickel, nickel, nickel.
They're going to run it with Harris. And he'll get into the end zone. So now a field goal would only tie as they've upped their lead to 3. Following the touchdown, Badgley out there to kick it away. This one fielded at the 5. And he'll be brought down at the 23, make it the 24-yard line.
Let's go.
At their own 24-yard line.
KC offense out of the huddle, ready for their next drive. They only need a field goal. Obviously, the clock a huge factor. They're watching that. What do they need to do here, Charles?
Your sequence of plays has to get you out of...
And, a crusher there as it's intercepted. Picked off near the 26. And this is going to be a Charger touchdown.
Finish strong. Yeah, go.
Badgley on for the extra point. And his guys will take a 10-point lead. So they'll get another shot on offense following that pick 6. And now the kick is away. This is taken at the 3. And not a bad return here. He gets it out to the 25-yard line.
We got work.
At their own 25-yard line.
The Chiefs offense about set to begin this drive. They might be thinking this is close to a lost cause here. Got to play it out. What do they need to do?
Well, they have a thought process in mind already, but they can't get ahead of themselves. They know that they need to score quickly.
Yep, two-score game.
Onside kick and get the ball back and then score again, but they can't worry about the last 2 points. The only thing that matters is scoring quickly, then they'll take it from there.
So the face mask, quite a blessing there as they'll start out of harm's way with a 1st and 10. Now Mahomes. Nowhere to turn here, and he's going to go down. Back at about the 37-yard line. Now another timeout called for by the offense as they stop it with 22 ticks to go in the 4th. Well, they're in some hot water now after that sack. It's 2nd and 21.
Check, check, check. Motion out of the backfield. Motion out of the backfield. 56 is Mike. 56 is the Mike.
Let's set a tone, fellas. Let's set a tone.
Back to throw. Mahomes. Completes it to Hardman. 22 yards there. A 1st down. Clock management definitely critical here if they want to get back in this game.
Absolutely agreed. They have to up the tempo in this case, down a couple of scores. Want to make sure they have a chance to win this ball game.
Yellow. Let's go, little lady. Yellow.
Rabbit, rabbit. Rabbit, rabbit.
Mahomes to throw. That one complete to Hill. Another good gain. That's now 35 yards combined on those last 2 plays.
13 more yards. That's another Kansas City Chiefs 1st down. 1st and goal at the 2-yard line.
Yellow. Let's go, lady.
Get that quarterback, D-line. Get that quarterback, D-line. D-line, get that quarterback.
Motion. 49, guys. Mike, 49.
And he'll get blown up behind the line of scrimmage, back at the 6. And whistles, and they take their final timeout with 7 seconds left.
At the Chargers' 6-yard line.
Second and goal from the 6 this time.
Hey, keep it up. Keep it up.
To throw is Mahomes. And is it a touchdown? No signal. No, they say incomplete. And that one's incomplete. 3 seconds left, and barring a penalty, this next play should be our last. You got to think this is likely 4-down territory anyway, but they'll try to punch it in now on 3rd and goal.
15.
49's the Mike. Watch 49. Man, I got you. 49.
One final try for Mahomes. And he's going to go down. Sacked back at the 13-yard line. Charles, we saw a lot of points go up in this one. Certainly defensively, stuff that they can look at on film, don't you think?
No doubt about it, and they've got to go back and check where the errors are, how they're going to fix them, and continue to get better at what they do. But they also need a little adjustment with their confidence. To give up that many points, even if you win a game, that can hurt you.
So for our visitors, it's a rare victory for them as they get that record back to 3-7. And they'll get another road date next week. Meanwhile, for Kansas City, it was a game they really needed as they drop back to 4-6. And they'll get a chance to redeem themselves at home next week. I'm Brandon Gaudin. Certainly have to thank Charles Davis, my broadcast partner, and our entire crew. We'll catch you next time right here. It's the NFL on EA Sports.